Naruto 619, awesome on multiple levels, okay? The truth is so bad, so horrendous, that both Obito and Orochimaru are just, here's Sasuke, here's the truth. It's so bad, it's gonna bring you onto the dark side. Wow. Wow. Well, the truth may set you free, but it pisses off Uchiha. I'm going to tell you that. And it looks like Orochimaru is using all this trauma, okay, and drama to end up with the emotions to end up powering up Sasuke to unlock some other thing. A Jitsu we never even have seen before. So this is looking pretty insane. And I want to read this, okay? And Kishi, of course, writing, for Orochimaru, brings us right to it. Not only your jitsus, but the political climate you help foster and a real negative impact on future generations. Tobirama. Evidently, Tobirama is the one that really messed things up. And the second Hokage. And it looks like the third finished what the second started. So pretty darn ugly. But yeah, that's where we're at. And like I said, it looks like he's gonna, Orochimaru, it's all set up to power up Sasuke's emotion so that he can open up, his whatever the next jutsu is, the next power. All right, let's go ahead and start with the actual review portion of it. The personalities of the Kages are really, really incredible, right? I mean, as you've seen, the first is he's kind of like a Jiraiya kind of character, or maybe even a Naruto, but a corrupted Naruto. I didn't think I'd say that about the first Hokage, but that seems what he's like. The whole thing with I guess is what Naruto would have been like if he would have been drinking. If Jiraiya would have been able to corrupt him, that's the way he would have been. The whole thing, the drinking and the gambling and all that, and the picture they have of Tsunade, with the gambling is absolutely hilarious. But the personalities definitely come out, and we already you saw Tobirama, and the fourth is all the energy and the enthusiasm and the lab coat. His looking at his uniform, kind of more the lab coat, the scientist sort of experimenting, and the whole thing with Orochimaru. How did you do it? How'd you do it? All kind of Orochimaru-san. It was pretty incredible. And of course, the third, he knew exactly what happened. But wow, I think the whole thing with the first and the second's blowing everybody away. It is me. Their personalities play off each other so well too. It's extremely interesting. So, the whole thing. Okay, so the third is linked to everybody. He knows everybody, right? He's the only person that knows everybody, basically, in the room. And the whole thing with the questions with the fourth and the first is like, who is this guy? Absolutely hilarious. Totally loved it. So, and the picture of Tsunade with the money in her hand, that smile and that gleam in her eye, and the gambling, and he says he spoiled her, his first grandchild, and all that. So it all comes together. This chapter was so well done, and even the relationship between the two brothers, the first and the second. You pretty much see the second is hardcore. The first is would be what we call a good time Charlie, or somebody just kind of wanting to have a good time, and drink and gamble and do whatever, and get more straightforward and maybe even more honest and this and that. Oh, the second, man, wow. I think he's probably, a lot of people are kind of like, wow, this guy is somebody to look out for. He's pretty dangerous. But and the whole thing, silence, brother. The second telling the first to just shutting him down. So you pretty much see that it ends up being the philosophy of the second brother that's the one, unfortunately for everybody, that has brought the events to where they're at. But wow, what an incredible chapter. And the third, I think a lot of people are going to be, I think people pretty much knew the third's involvement, but now it's been completely, utterly, totally shown this way it is. And I think for a lot of people, the third is going to go, well, he's a genius, that what he did, like I say, kind of finishing to really create the problem that the second did. It's probably going to, let's just say his stock is probably going to go down as far as what people think of him, not his abilities, but his involvement, because he definitely helped to make things worse. For most of Naruto, it's been pretty much that he had some involvement, but I think most of us were shifting most or all the blame over to Danzo and the other elders, but it looks like he's owning it. He's absolutely right in the middle. He's part of the problem. The third Hokage was definitely part of the problem, and the second one seems to have set it all up. So the line, oh wow, the second's got so many strong lines in here. I mean, well, in the beginning with the whole thing about, Sasuke's there and, kind of, you hang around Uchiha kind of thing. And then, such is the fate of the damned Uchiha. So they annihilated each other and basically did the world a favor, is basically the way that he put it. I mean, wow. Wow. That is amazing. And then the conflict that happens between the first and the second. Like I said, unfortunately, the second had his way. The cursed clan. Now the way that jutsus work, that the Uchiha's ocular jutsus work, being powered by emotion. Everybody was like, well, your best friend has to. So this makes way more sense that it's some kind of, it looks like negative emotional trauma unlocks that ability. So it doesn't have to be you're killing your best friend or doing this. It just has to be some emotion, which makes a lot more sense than simply, killing your friend or something or whatever. So this makes a lot of sense. And like I say, evidently this is all being explained because I think that there's definitely going to be something that Sasuke is going to unlock. Like I say, maybe an eye ability that hasn't even been mentioned yet. Okay, and everybody's going to go Rinnegan. Could be, but I think there probably is something else. Another secret, since we're getting into this, that people probably don't know about. And that is my, maybe it's the Rinnegan, but I think it could be something else. It'd be even more exciting to see what that is. But the whole thing about them, their emotions, almost like they need to go, like the Vulcans or something. They're real powerful with emotion. They need to learn to kind of control it. Spock or some Vulcans need to come down and chill them out. But anyway, so that's pretty much where that's at. But I'm really, I'm so impressed. I've reread this chapter several times. I am so absolutely impressed with it. And I've actually gotten to the point to where, remember where Obito kept wanting to have this conversation to get Taijutsu from Naruto, and Madara's just sitting over there, and basically I was with Madara. I'm like, okay, what are you gonna? I am now in this Obito. I'm like, I want to be Taijutsu'd. I'm absolutely enjoying this to no end. To me, this is, I don't rate them, but to me this is maxed. Okay, even really without the action or the flashbacks, the characters, the story, and we get some answers. I love this, and I'm really anticipating it. And like I said, the pacing and everything that Kishimoto has us on right now, this feels so planned out and just done so well. So much of it has been since the time skip has been kind of rough and tumble at times. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I absolutely loved this chapter. I'm looking forward to the next one. And this is definitely a chapter you could reread multiple times and really, really still enjoy it. And what do you think? Okay, what is Orochimaru's true goals? What is this guy? He's sitting here. He's getting. We already know that he needs a Uchiha body. Was it simply to open a door or something? Couldn't he got somebody else? Why does he's got something? And I think everybody's seeing. He's the final villain, or he's in cahoots with the final villain. I'm going that he's the final villain. I think he's absolutely the final villain. So he's getting Sasuke, just getting him up to this point for what? To take over his body. We already know this, so that he has some godlike abilities. Wow. So yeah, what's Orochimaru's final goals? I can't wait to hear everyone's feedback. There's so many good things on there. And who's going to be this week's Chaz Malakian? And go ahead and predict what happens in the next chapter. Alright, anybody can be an anime fan. Anybody can be a Naruto fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time. Take care.